I mean, let's just really put it out all on the table, right? For some people, it might look like I have some mental health issues, that I have these four voices that are coming through me as I'm channeling. All I can tell you is that I feel very grounded in what I'm doing. And being in the channel has made my life far more clear than I've ever been. Doesn't mean that my life is now easier than it's ever been. In fact, it seems a little bit more challenging in the moment. But this is what happens when we get really honest with ourselves. Sometimes there's a bit of shifting around. But anyway, in the case of the voices, the four voices that come through, well, I'd rather call them just vibrations in the field. So they do have voices that we could say have personalities, so to speak. But again, that's just a heart resonance or a vibration. You know, just like every emotion, anger has a vibration, so does joy. And they're very different. You can feel those very differently, experience those very differently in the body. It's the same thing with these aspects of Source, which I don't own. They're not mine. They are everyone. These are just four tiny little aspects of Source that are connecting with you as you're in the channel with me. Because we can't be together. It can't just be one channel. If there's two people, there's two channels. Whether or not yours is open as fully, that's irrelevant. If you're ready for the experience of channeling, it will be felt in the room. The energy will be tangible. If there's not a readiness for channeling, that is a blockage in the flow of space. And they won't come in. They're not here to push you. They're not here to tell you how to think, feel, or be. They don't care. They trust you. They know you're on your solo journey. They know you're going to be okay and that you are okay right now, no matter what's happening in your world. When the voices change in the field, it's because whatever they're recognizing on your station is changing and they want to connect with that resonance. So there's one aspect of Source that's much more playful and light, very childlike, very fairy-like. There's one that feels softer, more quiet, and there's another one that's a little bit more, I would say, to the point. You know, they all have their own different aspects. I don't get to choose. When I start to go into the channel, what happens is I start to visualize myself on the left on a stone bench in my garden here at my home in Peterborough. And I put my beliefs, my values, and any of my attachments to you having an easeful experience away. You know, I don't get to control what your experience is. I don't get to control what the outcome is. You are a powerful co-creator. So you get to meet what's arising in whatever way feels right for you and take away whatever feels right for you. I basically step aside as Kim. Then what I do is I start to change my state of consciousness. I start to empty the vessel of those values, beliefs, and even my attention of being this human. And I start to welcome my body to open to the field. And what that means is that I'm listening. I'm listening for sensorial messages that I know are not Kim body messages, that are coming from a more spacious entity. I start to feel my muscles changing, so I know that Source is starting to use my body as an opportunity to connect with this body in front of it. And as that happens, my muscles might start to change. Currently what they're doing is this thing with my nose where they like scrunch my nose up. Before it used to be sort of like a light tickle on the left. There's always like sort of like a zip up the spine. But they're coming in this way and I'm leaving that way, and somehow we meet right here. And typically what happens is I'll start to receive images, holographic images, like you might see in a video game, in front of me that are messages from Source that are connecting with your heart field. So what is it your heart is seeking? What are the messages that are wanting to come through for you? I now have gotten to the place where I trust all of the messages, and I say them. And there's nothing that's ever dark. They're always loving and supportive and uplifting. They might be reflective of where someone might feel stuck. They can feel that energy of stuckness. But it always with the sense of the invitation for freedom and ease. And so I then surrender myself to the bench and let these things start to change. And then ultimately a voice comes through from Source and starts to connect and ask questions. What would you like to know? Is there anything you want to share? And people ask and share a lot of different things in the channel. I would say a variety of explorations of being human. When we're in the channel, people may ask questions about their relationships, marriages, being a parent, parents passing away, being caregivers at end of life. I'm talking about this right now, just this has been coming up a lot recently with a lot of folks. Health issues, concerns about jobs, not feeling like they're in the right fit for the work that they're doing, feeling like there's something else calling them, or there's something greater, wanting to be seen, wanting to be felt, making decisions about housing even, what are the next steps in my life? But a lot of it really is about pain. A lot of it is about suffering. A lot of it is about relationships with themselves and others. Where do they feel unheard, unseen, not valued, unworthy, whether that's at work, whether they're looking for work, whether they're in connection with their family, or they're not speaking to their family. And in that space of the channeling, there is an ebb and flow of the discussion. It happens naturally. There's no plan, there's no protocol, there's nothing to be followed. What's being followed is the heart song of this person and the pain of this person. Where those two aspects of them want to lead this person in this moment as we're together with two channels wide open to invite a different way of feeling and being on the planet in this vessel that they have. Embracing body, right? Body image issues. Suicidal ideation, contemplating death, wanting a new adventure, trying to find joy, remembering what joy is, learning what love is, learning how to receive love, learning how to safely offer love. Learning how, and this is a big one, learning how to discern between your intuition, source, wisdom, and your conditioned thinking mind, the part of it that wants to sabotage you. And if I had to say, where does it come down to? If you had to say two aspects, that would be it. Can I discern between this loving conscious awareness, this authentic self-wisdom, this source wisdom that wants to come through and support me and light me up and lift me up and move me forward on my journey? Or do I want to listen to the conditioned thoughts of beliefs that people constructed based on their own fear, based on their own trauma? So the channel helps people learn how to discern. It helps people learn how to feel empowered. It helps people learn how to choose to have a relationship with thoughts, emotions, and the body. Choosing. And the choice and the intention matters.